Hello and welcome to the darkness, or as we call it, the insanity. Now it's bright, perfect, no insanity. Well, we are still dealing with PyBlock, which is the real insanity here. So, last time we left off, we had expand with a few more radars. We provide iron and stuff to LTN. We started growing key sulk, which we are going to continue with a bit in this episode, and we completed the automation of this little beautiful drilling fluid. Isn't it adorable? Now in this episode we naturally want to export this drilling fluid to LTN, because that's where I kind of want to have things. They should be in LTN, otherwise they don't exist, just like my rails. Oh well. We'll get back to that then, I guess. Hello, train. Please take me over here. Not because there are rails there, but because that's sort of where we are going to start off. Because we are still having a bit of an electricity problem. And it seems like we're not going to start here either, because I don't have aluminum. So what we are going to do is something I've been waiting for a long time, and that is to get rid of this stuff. Wait, I actually want to bring the belts along with me as well. First I was thinking that I could clear the belts first, but that's when you mark things for deconstruction, they just stop. So that was not possible. But according to my estimations, there should be room for these things. Where is this going? Oh, it's one of the old ones. There should be room for this thing around here. At least once we fill in this little area. Maybe we can even put it like this, with a minor modification. Should be possible actually. Just need to move this around. Fill in that and paste this again. What is... oh, of course, there's always gonna be a power pole somewhere, isn't there? There we go, that's more like it. I have very much looked forward to moving these things, and I hope you have looked forward to me actually moving these things, because I believe I've talked about this for quite a while, but it's finally happening. Great, now I just need to supply them with some power again. Why do you not have power? Now you have power. Okay, interesting. Very well. And there you have some water, and you may also have some inserters. Just because I'm nice. It doesn't help us with our little problem of not having any rails though. Which is why we're going up and get some. We also need to get some aluminum, which should exist around here, it seems. We might also want some aluminum actually and export that to LTN. Haven't thought about that. Let's build. Let's make it free. Sooner or later we're gonna need them. Great. Now rails. Ah, too far. That should be enough for now, I think. And since we are in this area anyway, yeah, sure, let's grab some copper. Might be some other stuff there as well, but we'll pick that up later. How many inserters can I make? Not that many. And this is our little key cell growing area, and I'm going to change this alarm to 0. So that anytime we have any progress with any flowers, we can just move them in there. Do you have enough? No, you don't. Oh, damn it. Okay. Oh, but how many do you make? You make 3 Kiysalks. Yeah, exactly. So you will have enough. Perfect. Once those are done. Okay, good. Now that that's out of the way, let's look into... We do need one more thing from over here, actually. And that is these little circuit boards. I would very much like them to be exported to LTN. And the way to do that is to make a long belt. But at least with this belt, I will have the... Oh no, wait, I need more red wires naturally. Because I want to have the circuit condition much more further down. So that we don't have to have like 100 belts going up here. Good, you can reach there, and let's just drag these along. Da, 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 da. Almost there. So if simple circuit boards is less than 0, we want this belt to output to LTN. But currently it's not below 0 because it's exactly 0 because we haven't told it to insert anything yet, which is what we're gonna do. Here we have our constant combinator, which tells us what's to be requested. So let's change that to... Actually, I don't want to have too much there, so say 500. And I think I heard a beep. I did hear a beep, and that means that there was a little flower being moved into this chest and just passing by, which means that we can move it into here. Yay, we are slowly making this machine faster. Which is good, because that means that we'll get more flowers faster. And we're gonna need a bunch of them. Naturally, we will not run up here every single time, that it beeps, but every now and then, probably. Now, why is it that I can't make... Yeah, it's the duralumin, it seems. Okay, let's go back a little bit. And this is what is nice about train stations, that instead of going to the belt, I can just stay here and pick some things up, and it seems like I'm going to need more iron. Great. Why do I have so much... Oh. I know why I have so much soil. Naturally. Great. Where am I going? Okay, I'm going over there. That's good. I have so much soil because I destroyed a bunch of machines that had soil in them. Great. So this needs soil. So how about we give them some soil? And my inventory is full as always, more or less. Please insert that soil. Great, now let's deal with this catastrophic power issue. Can we put this here? No, that doesn't work. Can we... Oops, that's not the thing I wanted to copy. I can put it there. Excellent. So hopefully this might help us get some more power. I know that these machines, they require quite a much power to run actually, which is not very nice. But the good thing about them is that they are quite efficient in, well, maybe not efficient, but it's a very clean way. It's a very, very clean way to produce power. Because I have looked and looked and looked at the other recipes, and I've come to the conclusion that a lot of them just have long production chains, or very, very long, or very, very many side products, or just side products that are annoying to deal with. And that's why I'm still using up the hydrogen. Hopefully, eventually, when we have our logistics train network expanded more further, then we can deal with something more fancy. Is this enough? That's my question. It seems to be enough for now. Not by a lot, but by enough. So I'm hoping that this will cause the combustion mixture to go up. And thank you, biomass. I don't need you over there. So how about we put you there? Let's try a Shift C, see if that helps. Oh, it helped quite a bit actually. Thank you very much. Great. Now that power is out of the way, and more importantly, those bloody soil extractors are out of the way. Ah, it feels good to drive here now. We have actually one more thing that I want to check on over here. Because we have some production of Nexelite tiles, or rather we don't have any production of that, but what we do have is a ton of gravel, which is gonna become full sooner or later, and therefore I think that I want to move this high pressure furnace, so goodbye pressure furnace. Not often you hear me saying that, is that? And then we're actually going to turn this around. Why do we have coal dust here? Okay, let's put it there. Was probably my fault just now. So yeah, this should definitely help with getting rid of the gravel, as long as the titanium doesn't back up, which it probably might do again at some point, but at least now we're using it in LTN, and oh my god, I just love walking on these tiles so much. If you would play PyBlock and come to this stage where you have those tiles, you will know what I'm talking about. You will know what I'm talking about. Okay, now we've actually fixed quite a bunch of things on my to-do list already. 5 items crossed off my to-do list. Okay, so now let's get back to the drilling fluid. Where's my train? Hello, train. I would like to go back here. Actually, I would even like to go over here. Oh, and here's my car as well. That's gonna be handy. Because it's probably gonna be quite a bit of landfilling in this episode again. Thank you. Alright, this is this area. Then maybe now I can deal with this. See? Perfect. It's not in the way or anything, it's just making me go slightly around it. Great, now signals. Nope, wrong kind of signal. Because the golden rule is to have a normal signal after and a chain signal before an intersection. Before or in the middle of. Great. Now let's see. Do we have a logistic train stop? And do we have a... Oh, there it is. Perfect. Oop, need a constant combinator or a bunch. And a couple of filter inserters. No. Well, maybe, but I want a fluid train station actually. So how about we build that over here? I'm not sure if I want an item train station. So let's just call this unused for the moment. Oh, that's actually not necessary. I can still have that there. So what I want to have is a pump. And then Now it's not aligning nicely, but it should be okay. I think I will put it in the middle. Like that. Now we do need to have a tank sort of in the middle of it. Oh, we actually have a tank here. This is gonna look horrible, but it's the tank we have, so why not? Have you ever thought about how like good a sentence that is? Or it's almost like a motto. You can say why not to almost anything. I like that. I would say it's one of my mottos in life. Maybe I don't always stick to it as much as I would like to, but I like saying it. Because why not? Essentially. Okay, power. That's might be a bit of an issue because we don't have any power nearby, so we'll just have to drag a couple of power poles a little bit. Let's hope this is enough. I'm not sure I want the borax here any longer, to be honest. I might just put that somewhere else. Okay, so I need a constant combinator to set this up, and I need to have maximum train length 2. And the reason it's 2, by the way, is because the locomotive is included as well. So a length of 2 is typically 1 locomotive and 1 wagon of some sort. Then we have a provide threshold, which I set to 25k because I only want it to provide something if it's possible to fill a wagon. And then I just connect it to the pipe tank, and something that is a bit useful as well is to connect it to a power pole so that you can see, oops, so that you can realize that you forgot to connect it to your constant combinator. And then you can clean up this mess a little bit because you don't need the cables to go everywhere. So now it's going in a more direct line. Awesome. Now that that's also on the way, out of the way, I have been thinking about why this process is not as efficient as I would like it to be. And I realized that the problem is Ralesias, and I have realized why. It's because in hell mode, once upon a time, I said that the start recipe, or didn't I? Yeah, I thought I had said that it was going to use the wrong recipe, but here it looks correct. Powdered Ralesia seeds and fiberboard. But the thing is that even this is 2.1 Ralesia seeds per second. And 2.1 Ralesia seeds per second, well, this is 100 per minute, which is even less than 1 per second. I don't know. Maybe I haven't done anything wrong. I thought I had done something wrong, because I usually do something wrong, especially with hell mode. But everything looks okay here from what I can see. But I think it's just that we are producing, well, I know that it's because we are just producing Alesia so incredibly slowly. And now that we are here, we can just look at our all our previous things that we have in copper in hell mode and realize that yeah, it's been a while since we were this copper desperate that we made copper out of fish. So goodbye, production block. I I don't need you anymore. Simple circuit block, you can stay. Tar from what? Tar from stone. Sure. Ah, it's beeping. And this is, yeah, okay, whatever. Let's go deal with the beep, and then I think we are, well, we have kind of, I don't want to go deal with the beep in my car. Also, we should fix the signaling here. We have kind of like two main options for what to do at the moment. Well, more than two, but there's primarily two that I'm thinking of. And I drove my train too far. One of the options is to deal with the drilling fluid and all that, and try to get some more tar especially, and the other fluids. And another option is to start building a mall. At least I think I'm going to start preparing for the mall. The actual mall I might build in another episode. Where is my flowers? Greetings, flowers. You are now slightly faster. So let's go grab some landfill. Because when we prepare production areas, we need landfill. Lots and lots of landfill. And I can't really fit lots of landfill in this train. Especially since I don't have any wagons. So what I'm going to do is to go grab my car. Oh, of course. My train, you may go over here. Where you are more or less out of the way. Well, we can actually start using up some of the landfill. And this is not actually the city block that I want to fill in. I'm going to want to fill in another one. And it's so much nicer now to drive here when there is no bloody buildings in the way. How much is this? 45k. That's almost enough for an entire city block. But I know that I have some more somewhere. Where is that? Landfill. That's those three. Okay, there's 5.5k up there. This is the landfill I want. Okay, oh, it's even up there. Okay, sure, close to the production of, or was it? Yes, just below the production of green science. Good. Then I know where to get it. Now I just need to figure out how to get there, more or less. And actually, I think the easiest way to get there is to use up some more landfill. Oh, alright, this is the deconstructed area. It's even further north. Damn it. Out of landfill. Oh, I have landfill in my car, of course, but I don't want to go pick that up. Here it is. Don't think I've crashed into a single thing today, which is impressive, actually. So, now let's see where to put this production. I think we're gonna have it either here or here. Or possibly here. Might be a good option. What's this? Quartz ore. That might be useful actually. Raw Nexlite, that's also quite interesting. So yeah, I'm convinced. Let's move over here. Mall. I'm calling it Mall 1 because I'm considering the complexity of this mod pack and all that. I'm probably going to need to have multiple malls. So this will just be the first mall, but you will later on see that it will be possible to chain them. Oh, damn it. I believe what we just saw there was jinxing. Because I said that, oh, I believe I haven't bumped into anything in this episode. Mumble, mumble. Damn it. And here we are. This is the area that we want to fill up. Can I make this even larger? Yes, I can. Thank you. We don't know how wide it should be, do we? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're out of landfill. Is this already it? Feels small suddenly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's correct. 6 internal chunks for each city block. That's what we're using. And I don't think I need any water in this area. But just to be safe, I'm going to save up. Going to try to save up some space at least for a small pool recreation area. Let's call it a recreation area, sounds good. Oops. Half of the recreation area gone already. And naturally this is probably going to turn up to be very much in the way. But then we'll just deal with that later. Ooh, how much is this? 4K. Should probably increase that alarm at some point. Now, what we need to have here is some rails. We definitely need some rails. Let's leave the car because we don't want to drive in it more than necessary. Or actually, it might be more or less necessary. Because I would like to go and grab the robots. Because robots are much more efficient in constructing rails than doing it by hand. So I'm going to allow the robots as well to continue in this area. How far can this reach? Oh, not any longer. But yeah, that's quite a bit already. And it seems like I'm going to need some more power poles. Now, if only we had a mall that could produce them for us, that we could just go pick them up, how handy that would be. And we are going to get to that, but not in this episode. And I want to put these roboports at a quite long distance from each other, because that way they can cover the most ground without me having to use that many of them. Oh, it's beeping again. That's some flowers ready. We're not gonna check on that this time though, I think. Instead, we are going to figure out why we are missing copper, or rather poles. Ah, there's a train. We don't want to get hit by a train. Instead, we want to go and grab the wood. Oh, we are in the right area for wood. Nice. Hello, wood. Thank you, wood. It's getting more and more dangerous being on the rails because now we actually have traffic on the rails. And that's really good to have traffic on the rails, don't get me wrong, but it's dangerous because the trains drive pretty fast and they might hit us, and then that's just annoying. While it is easy for us to go pick up the items that is in our inventory, it's still quite a bit annoying. Great, that's power poles across that area. It's probably going to be quite a number of items missing, but we'll find that out sooner or later. So let's go to the new mall area. And yeah, I think I especially want to automate production of small power poles and cover my entire base with robots. That would be handy. Oh my god, that was a fast train. Now, where do I have? I have power over there, but I am going to need some power over here as well. Do I have a roboport? Thank you. Please construct over here, maybe. And then please bring me some power. Great, excellent. Now, of course, I don't have any robots in this area just yet, but that's gonna be fixed. Perfect. Let's make a storage chest and let's put some rails in it, signals, chain signals. Then let's go get some robots. Wondering if I can make any robots. What's it called again? Construction Pinobot. Seems like I can make some. And this is probably going to be one of the first things that we are going to automate. That's for sure. I believe that there was a better recipe for small parts, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's in iron processing 3, and that's not gonna happen anytime soon. But it does look really handy. I would love to have that recipe, but nope, we're stuck with this one. So that means that if we just import iron and copper, then we can produce the small parts on site. So that's fine. Okay, so oh right, we need some rails as well. And this thing is without coverage. Let's just grab some of the things we might want from this. Great. Hello, train. Do me a favor and come get me, please. Because you are going to take me to get more rails. And I'm pretty sure that I will end up forgetting where I put my car. So here's some signals. And speaking of signals, we might just as well go and fix this thing. Thank you. Tall oil is getting dangerous. Well, getting closer. We do have overflow valves, but if we use them, then it's just like wasting resources. But that's okay for now. We will sooner or later, I think we will find a way to deal with them. And then let's just grab as many rails as we can fit. Perfect. Now let's go get back to our car before we forget where we put it. There it is. And you may go park somewhere, maybe there. Oh, damn it. I was just about to say, see, I managed to make it all this way without hitting a power pole. And look at what I do. Perfect. So, now we can use the map to just place down a couple of more things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's see, not the roundabout. Don't I have, yes, there I have this one. Oh, but I don't have coverage in that area. Oh, but it got placed anyway. Nice. No, not this. Not track switch. This, yes, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it is correct. And yet somehow it feels so small. Okay, that should be pretty much it. Do I have more roboports? I do. It's nice. Good. Now that we have occupied our roboports for a while and the robots, I will very much look forward to the big electric poles once we have them. So now that we have, that we are keeping those busy, let's go and look at the drilling fluid, what we can do with it. So, coal gas is going to be one thing that we need. Small parts, we're going to need lots of small parts. And syngas. And coal gas and syngas is very much related. And I think that the recipe I want to use to get coal gas. Wait, let's. Syngas we can get from coal gas, and then we probably want to use the better recipe, which also uses oxygen, and the coal gas we can get from tar. And this is my plan for how to get this. And I think this will be a positive net gain, so it will create a loop and we will create a net gain from this. And then, yeah, I mean, the rest of these things requires an extra science pack, which we are nowhere near. Even though it would be great to get titanium ore from this, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. So raw borax, tar, we might have some use for crude oil and natural gas, and iron ore. That's what we're going to focus on. And then you might wonder, so, okay, iron ore, why not copper ore? Well, copper ore is actually, we can also get that from a drill head, but that requires just coal gas and lubricant. That doesn't even require the drilling fluid. But this is also a recipe that we want to use once we have lubricant and coal gas and stuff in LTN. But for now, we're going to need to start with the tar, and maybe especially we're going to need to start with automating the drill head. And eventually we want to use the silicon carbide, but I believe we're not quite there yet, are we? Do we have coke? We have graphite, we don't really have powdered quartz. Ugh. And powdered quartz requires quartz ore, which at the moment might require sand, or drill head, lubricant, and coal gas, which seems like a good option. But how about we start with the steel, aluminum, and titanium? I believe we at least have 2 of them in this one. Yes, so we just need to get some aluminum up here as well. So if we get aluminum to this area, then we can just move it upward. But at the moment it's just over here, and that's annoying, but sure, let's see. If we make a bit of a plan how to get there. And this is where we would really like to have robots to just do this automatically for us. But as we don't have that, we're going to have to get over here ourselves and do this, essentially. And I actually think that I want to get them up here. Simply because it seems to be easier, more or less. Fewer underground pipes needed that way. So let's go. Let's go fix it. And let's stop hitting and destroying our electrical poles. Yeah, like that's gonna happen. Surprised we haven't destroyed that many pipes or anything else. It's always the power poles. Always with the power poles. Here we are. I'm gonna need more underground belts, please. Thank you. I think in the beginning when I played Factorio I didn't use the cube key very much. But now I use it more or less all the time. And this is where the annoying part comes. Of requiring a lots and lots of underground belts. I'm going to need to use an underground belt over here. Because otherwise I will not be able to get across the rails. That's perfect. Just like I like it. And here we are at our little input thing to the magic requesting system. So if there is the thing that we can never spell, if there is less than 0 of that, then please activate that belt. And now there is less than 0 of that thing. How many Rhalesias are we producing? 37.1 per minute, but we're using 46 at the moment. This guy is going lots up and down, so this is like 120 per minute that we're using at some point. There's got to be something wrong with my calculations. I just don't know what. But, well, of course, it's one factor is that the Halesias isn't just only exported at this time. It's mainly used for the second science pack. And here we see that the Kisalk has grown a couple of times, but it has just been filling up with seeds, which is okay, kind of, because once it's filled up with seeds, then we can just get all of them into this machine, and that's where this thing is really gonna start beeping. Then it's just gonna beep and never stop. Okay, so that's the aluminum. Right, and one more thing that I have been tempted at looking into, and that I definitely think we will be looking into, because of the coke that we're going to need. And there are many ways to convert coal into coke, that's for sure. Coke processing stage 2 is also one option. Yeah, why not add that to the research queue? We want coke, but we don't really want that many side products. Getting coke oven gas, that's acceptable. I think that's one of our best bets at this time, because this just produces hot air. And the thing we want to do is to use one little mushroom that we have here around somewhere, that I can't quite seem to find at the moment. There it is. Okay, it's further down. Always knew this search mod would be helpful. Because something nice about this Fawagaye is that it can be converted into raw coal. Using a high pressure furnace. And this is not the real production of it. This is just me testing to see like if it's more or less reasonable to do this. 10 Fawagaya. That's a fair amount. So how about we just do like that? So here we get 6 at a time, but I think that we can use another recipe here as well. We can use manure and fungal substrate. And fungal substrate is something that we definitely want to produce, because that's would help a lot with getting some more, well, quite a lot more fungus. I don't think we can make the improved fungal substrate that easily just yet, because it requires bones. That's the most important part here. And that's very tricky. Not necessarily tricky, but it requires like butching something. And I don't think we have a clean way really to butch something just yet. There are going to be a number of recipes for that, but it will take a bit. the mushroom is going down, but it can probably be scaled up quite a bit because it doesn't produce that much power. No, it doesn't use that much power, and hopefully, considering the amount of coal, especially once we process it, it should be able to sustain quite a bit of a production. So I would like to just expand this production by a lot, but in order to do it in an efficient way, we need to have manure as well, and then we need to automate that, and that by itself can be done in a number of different ways. Using, for example, AUG food, which would be nice. I recall that bedding is pretty complicated because it requires these leaves, which are just so far away at the moment, so that's not happening anytime soon. But I mean, if we would have this AUG food, then we could use this recipe, which is produces twice the amount, and it's faster, slightly faster compared to the recipe we already have. But that needs it needs mushrooms, and it needs plastic bars for some reason, and it needs starch, and that's just like, okay, this is why we have LTN. Basically, if we just manage to put everything here on LTN, we just let LTN care of the rest, more or less, and then it's easier to scale up. So yeah, that's a short guide of my plans. We didn't do very much with the drilling fluid in this episode, but we have the aluminum on LTN now, at least some of it. How is that doing? Yeah, 800, not too bad, almost 1,000, so soon delivery ready. And then we're going to use drill heads, and then we're going to start drilling for things. And that's basically it. And just before I forget, where is my car? There it is. Okay, I better just go down to that car, because otherwise I'm going to forget about it. See, I've already forgotten about it, more or less. Right, we're not actually using any fluid to burn here at the moment, but that's okay. So there's my car, and thank you for watching. Leave a comment, and see you in the next episode.